Well, we're excited about the opportunity on Sunday. We've got to go to a place that historically has been very difficult to play against a team that's been very difficult to play, and it's no different this year. Holly's her staff have got them a heck of a team. They've got one loss on their record, 16-1, and that was on the road in our conference, which is it can happen, and they've had a heck of a year so far, and so we've got our hands full. There's no doubt, but we hopefully some of our kids still have a bad taste in their mouth from the last regular season game here a year ago, because that wasn't very good. I know I do. But we've had a good week. Kids have had a couple of days off this week. We have our bye tonight, so they had Monday and Tuesday off, and we didn't have school, so it was really 2 true days off, which we never get. And so that's exciting for our kids, I know. And we got back after it yesterday, had a good workout yesterday, had some good film work. We'll get some more film work today and get after it late this afternoon. We got some class problems today, so we have to work out late. But just excited about another opportunity. We've got 11 left, and the only one I know about is the one on Sunday against a great Tennessee team, and we'll have to be ready to play.
Blair, you hit some big shots last year in that game. Helped y'all get y'all's first win there. Just what do you remember from that game, and what was kind of the formula to winning that game?
We were just focusing on playing a complete game, like small segments at a time. You can't look at it as we have to have a great first quarter. We were talking about put together a first 5 minutes, and then we'll worry about the second 5 minutes. That arena is really loud. They have a lot of fans, and so sometimes they can be hard to hear. So you really have to put a lot of effort into focusing on listening to your point guard, your coaches in the huddle, and it's a physical game, and everyone has a job to do. So we just have to go in there, and we have to all do our individual jobs if we want a complete game and if we want to win.
What improvements have you seen from them over the last year? Obviously, they were able to stop y'all's 3-game run, whatever it was, on senior night. But from last year to this year, for them to get out to this hot start, what's been working for them?
They have Mercedes Russell, 6'7". She's really, really good. When you have a big body inside, it gives you another avenue for your team to be that much better. And so she's just improved a lot, and they have a lot of guards that go rebound. And so we're going to have to put a focal point on boxing out. We're undersized, so it just makes it that much more important for us to do the little things because it's going to add up. So they're really athletic, and they're just really physical.
Well, as you guys get deeper into the schedule and teams have more tape on you guys, how important is the ability to force turnovers and not only to do that, but also to get second chance points? How do those 2 things become more important if you think they become more important?
It's just a matter of like how hard you're working and not taking plays off, and I think it'll become really important. Like those are things that could help you win a game, or something that you're not doing. It can also make you lose a game. So it becomes important just knowing that you have to do everything.
Blair, same question.
What was the question?
Oh, sure. As you guys get deeper into the schedule, how do you feel that the importance or the ability of the team to force turnovers and to get second chance points? How do you think that those become more important if you think they become more important?
Yeah, I absolutely think they become more important. When you play better teams, everything matters. You can't give up a last 2 minutes of a ball game because you're up 20. You can't give up those points because whenever you get into a close game, you never know when those habits are going to carry over. So we just have to really focus on us getting second chance points, doing the little things, because in big ball games you don't have extra opportunities like we might have in other games that we've played.
Blair, having won at Tennessee now, how much confidence does that win give you going up there again this year?
It gives us confidence, but at the same time, it was one game. We know what it takes to go in there and to win in that stadium, but they have a great team, so it's one game, and that same great team that we beat there, they came and beat us bad here. So it was great that it happened, but we have to refocus, and they have new players, and they have players that have gotten a lot better. So we really need to focus on Mercedes Russell and Jamie Nard. I mean, those are those two key players for them, and so yeah, we know what it takes to win, but there's a new game plan every time that you face a team that you've already played. So
Blair, you mentioned the loss. I know y'all don't need any type of extra motivation for a matchup like that, but does that loss give y'all some extra motivation?
I mean, yeah, it's just like when you lose by 60 to UConn, you don't like it. It doesn't set well with you. So it gives us motivation to come out strong, fight harder, do the little things. We did not play good at home last year versus them. They just came and outworked us in every area. So that's not usually the case with us. We're not usually a team that lets that happen. So we really need to focus on what we do that makes us a good basketball team, not try and do anything out of our box. We just need to go in there and focus on being who we are, and if we do that, then that'll be good enough.
But when you guys look at the ability that you guys have had to affect teams matchup-wise with the four-guard lineup, how much I don't even know if you started, but Tennessee has different length, different size. How much are you looking at this game as maybe one of the first times that your lineup is going to be tested against different size and different length?
We definitely understand and are aware of what we're going to go against. But I think it just goes back to us having to be better, stronger, more mentally sharp at the small things: boxing out, rebounding, executing, setting better screens, making sure your angles are exact, going hard. Everything you're supposed to do that maybe we don't always do, it's got to be on point versus them, because they are bigger, and they do have a big lineup, but at the same time, we can still do our job and get a win if we do it correctly.
What kind of a challenge is that? Because Coach likes to talk about Victoria and how much he wants her to rebound, but I'm sure it's the same with you guys as well. Does that put necessarily more onus on you to go rebound, to go box out, to help in that area as well?
It's a challenge, but I mean, it's been a focal point at practice, and it's just something that we have to do and get used to it, and know that we have to do that in order to help our team. So just being able to get in there and get a couple rebounds, I think it'll help our team.
Bro, talk about looking for your shot. I know some games you take more shots than others. Just is it what the defense gives you, or just exactly what is the process when you're out there and you're wide open? Just talk about that a little bit.
I think it's really just what the defense gives me. I mean, if I'm open, I'm gonna shoot the ball, and I'm not gonna force anything. So it's really just what the defense gives me, and if I'm open, I know I had to take the shot. I mean, my frame is really small, so when the opportunity comes, I have to take it.
Hey, Vic, you're asking, we've asked Blair and Rashonda to play pretty much double their minutes from last year, and they've responded with basically doubling all their statistics across the board. How comforting is that for you, for that to have happened so far?
I think it's the secret to our success. I mean, I think these two kids have really shown the kind of players that they are. I think they've worked hard to put themselves into this position. I think they've spent time in preparing for this moment, and I think they're ready for the moment. And we wouldn't be where we are without them. Again, we don't talk about it a lot, but we lost. Iggy had as good a chance as anybody to be that next Dominique, defender, big guard that could go lock down somebody else's big guard, and losing Amisha was, probably potentially our 4 player, and so we've rocked along and never missed a beat, and I think these two kids have a lot to do with that. Again, you're not going to come off either one of these two and let them shoot it. You're going to lose if you do that. Victoria, obviously, you're going to have to guard her everywhere on the floor. I think what makes us really difficult is that Roe is really good. Not only she can space you out and shoot the three, if you think you're going to come get her, she's got all the one-on-one stuff that she can go create her own shot, get to the rim, draw to and pitch to whoever's open, whether it's Blair. Her and Blair have had such good chemistry the last 2 years together. So I think that's what really makes her a dynamic piece to what we're doing. Blair's a little easier. You just tell her, go stand over there on the wing, and, you know, they ain't going to guard her. We'll find her, and she can shoot it. If they get over there and hug up on her, that opens up the floor for the other four.
Along those lines, I know we've asked you a lot individually about Tierra and Victoria, obviously having great seasons, but how much does that success sort of help everybody else and help these two? That you talk about them having open shots, seems like a direct result.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, you got two kids here shooting 40 and 41% from three, and I think that in and of itself allows Tierra not to be double teamed. And when Tierra is doubled, we can play through her, and she finds these two out on the perimeter. So I think all of it combined plays into why we're so good offensively. It's hard to pick who you're not going to guard. Arkansas didn't guard Mo. She went 8 for 11 in the first half. So, you know, just picking your poison, it's really hard. I'd hate to have to try to figure out who to guard and not guard on this team because, you know, you got some kids that can really do some things, and they're not just one-dimensional.
How is it, Iggy rehabbing?
Her rehab's fine. She's I think she and I met this morning. She's 13 weeks post surgery, and she's 50 or 75% weight bearing in the Alter G. Nothing side to side, but straightforward. She's doing well.
Do you still anticipate her having the impact that you felt like she could have?
You never know when somebody coming off of an injury how they're going to respond, especially the one she's got. Most of the time, it's not the physical piece that you overcome; it's the mental piece, and that's the piece that's hard for people, adults, kids, pros. It's just hard to get past that piece between your ears sometimes. And so that, you know, when somebody can get past that piece, can trust it and realize, you know what, I'm stronger than I've ever been in that leg, that's when you're okay. The statistics are somebody that tears one tears the other because they never can get comfortable in trusting that one, and they overcompensate and overwork the other one. And so that's the piece that you've got to get past, is that, you know what, I'm bigger, faster, stronger than I've ever been. I'm fine. Go play. Turn it loose.
You talked about the matchup problems that you guys presented with Carolina. Can you flip that in when you looked at Tennessee in terms of longer, bigger, taller, however you want to say it? What matchup does that present for your configured starting lineup, and how are you eager? Are you anticipating seeing how the ladies react to that?
Yeah, we've had it all year. We've had it in different ball games. So, I mean, our kids are prepared. They know where it's our advantage versus where it might be our opponent's advantage. And so we understand that piece extremely well, and we work really hard every day at combating that. We'll have some good practice days here going against some bigger people. But again, it's nothing new for us. Again, it's actually to our advantage in a lot of cases, to be quite honest with you. We look at it as a real plus, and you know, it becomes then just the piece of, okay, shot goes up, we got to block out, and once you've earned the right to be inside and you're blocking out, you're okay.
I noticed you've been on Twitter recently. You were mentioned in another broadcast earlier this week for an SEC game. Thoughts to hearing your name mentioned on that broadcast?
You know, if it's the one that I think you're referring to, it's you know, it's a little concerning. You know, disappointing. I think disappointment would also be included in that. You know, we work really hard around here at Mississippi State in all sports, and especially in women's basketball, and to know how hard my staff works. You know, to think that it's come easy, or to imply that we're not having to work around here is really disappointing. You know, for these kids to be having the year they're having, it's because of the tireless effort that my staff and I put in with these kids. And to make any slight, to have any slight or make any comment pertaining to that in any other way is really disrespectful, I think is the word. Tierra McCowan's not better because we just said show up for practice and that's it. Same thing for Tierra, for Tori and her improved field goal percentage, or these two right here, how they're shooting it and why they're shooting it better and it's such a better percentage, or the reason why Morgan Williams all of a sudden 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Those things don't happen. It's not easy, and to apply that is, again, it's disappointing. But as I've said, and I've said it before, we constantly fight the respect battle here, and I'll continue to fight for my kids, and our kids are going to continue to fight as well, because it's not easy to do what we do, and or what they've done, and our kids deserve all the credit in the world for it. My staff deserves all the credit in the world for it, and any other implication or thought that it's anything other than people working their tail off and it hadn't a result because of hard work is really disappointing.
Why do you think last year's game kind of unraveled the way it did? Did you feel like part of it was emotions and things like that? What?
I mean, number one, Tennessee played really good. I mean, that was like playing the WNBA version of them. I mean, they were really point on, and they played extremely well. And we were a basket case from the jump. And, there wasn't a dry in the building. We had 10,500 there, and senior night. Those 4 seniors had done so much for us, and, man, it was a train wreck. So, if you've noticed this year, we've had senior nights for each individual on individual games, because I'm going to try not to go down that road for a while. It was, you guys know me, I was just so embarrassed to have that many people in the stadium and to play like that. I just hate it, y'all. It's the worst fear. It's the worst feeling in the world as a coach to be playing at home in front of 10-5, and it's over before it ever starts, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's just such a helpless feeling. And again, Tennessee had so much to do with it because they played really, really well. Holly had them; they were ready to go. They were chomping at the bit. They had enough, and they rolled in here and they took it to us.
To continue that point, does that mean that later in the season, as you get fewer and fewer regular season home games, will you do something for seniors post-game, or will you not?
Boy, I don't know. Maybe we'll have coffee for them one morning. I don't know. I'm sure we'll do something. But we've been having, senior poster night for these seniors, and that's been really cool, and appreciate, our marketing doing that. I haven't really even looked that far down the line at them. I just know that, boy, last year was an absolute train wreck. And, we'll just kind of have to see probably where we are and where we are in the year.
Any other questions?
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Praise the Lord and go Dogs.